Now, as Freeman Tilden traveled around, he put together 6 principles which he said were the foundation blocks upon which quality interpretation was a reality. And he chose this one, which at times perplexes people. Provocation. When I read that the first time, I thought, what is he trying to tell me? I'm supposed to upset the visitors to the point they want to clock me after the program? No, no. What he means by provocation is to stimulate revelation into what? Wanting to go beyond the information. And you can challenge the public. Let me tell you a story. That's the provoker. That's the provoker. What? The public says it was really like that? Yes, it was. And I can document at least 5 sources of information that support what I just told you. These were not spotless, clean places. This was a filthy environment. And if you came home without any charcoal dust on you and on your clothes and everything, guess what? You ain't working at that iron furnace. Here's a story that supports what I just told you about provocation. Right here at Cornwall Furnace, there once was a black man who worked here, and he happened to be a slave. In the early years of Cornwall Furnace, the Grubbs had slaves. Now, what was Governor Dick's job? He was a wood chopper. And a wood chopper was to cut cordwood. Now, what is cordwood? Cordwood is a stack of wood 4 feet wide, 4 feet high, 8 feet long. And in the 1836 days, guess how much Governor Dick got for that pile of wood? 30 cents a cord. Now, Governor Dick is going to be working way out in the forest. And out there, he'll be using one of these. This is called a double-bitted axe. And his job is to cut and get those pieces of wood into 4-foot lengths. And he is paid by the quality of work that he produces. Well, Governor Dick one day got tired of doing this, and he wanted to get on to another life. Why his name was called Governor to this day, we still don't know. But he said bye-bye to Mr. Coleman and his Cornwall Furnace, and he disappeared. Now, of course, those that wanted him back put in the newspaper an account of what he looked like as far as his clothing, and put in there that they were willing to pay for his return. Well, you know, a lot of the blacks that worked here later, when emancipation came, went on to become quality citizens. Not that they weren't when they were working here as slaves, but they went on and got their free papers, and they moved up into the caste system that was here. They became managers of warehouses and of manufactories, and they became very important in the development of that place thing we talked about. That is how you use provocation to connect to why this place is valuable. Who am I? My name's George Kephart, and I work here at this furnace. And I'll tell you what, it is one tough job. We have 2 work shifts here, 6 o'clock in the morning to 6 in the evening. Then the other comes on from 6 in the evening to 6 in the morning. That's 12 hours a day of constant labor. And you know what? That could go on for 400 straight days. Now, how in the world did you keep yourself going when you were exposed to one of the most filthy places to work? Not only is the heat one of your enemies, you have constant dust and dirt and grime. When you're on top of the furnace, you're breathing in sulfuric acid as you charge it. But when you're working down around that furnace making molds, guess what? Who's going to take care of your health? Nobody. So they came up with these, maybe you call them folk customs, I don't know. But these men were in agreement that they said, if you're going to work around the dirt and grime, you better have a neckerchief around you. Sort of like what you call a respirator. Well, this is supposed to keep out the dust from getting in your lungs. Well, I tell you what else they said worked. You get yourself a little chewing tobacco here. And you stuff her in here. While you're around that dirt and grime, you're spitting out the stuff that got through here. And now you finish this all off at the end of the day and have yourself a couple Boilermakers. That's a shot of whiskey dumped in to a big container, and then you fill that up with beer and down it. That'll wash all that dirt out of you. So they thought. But guess what?